This is Bravo 22, obviously, Rokovich, whatever you want to call me, and I'm doing a quick overview, not a detailed review. This is just like my MP7 video of my latest rifle, or gun, the Classic Army AUG A1, as you can see here. I'll start off with the pros, things I liked. Let's see, first off, it is a very, very accurate gun. Like, I have not shot that many, but in comparison with a lot of the guns I've shot, G36, I've shot a couple of G&G M4s, an AK or two. The face mask I was wearing for the game I used this gun in, I only played one game with it, but I could not use the scope, which I will talk about later. I was basically just firing kind of from the hip because the mask wouldn't allow me to aim with it. I could walk the tracers into the target, no problem at all. If I had to guess, I'll do more extensive testing on it later, but if I had to guess, hitting a man-sized target at 150 feet with relatively low winds is absolutely not a problem with this gun, and the nice scope does help. That's probably the second pro. This scope is very nice. It is absolutely perfect, I think, for what this rifle is designed for, which is an assault rifle. 1.5 times magnification, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But it's just the right amount of zoom for you to see your target very clearly, and it's not too much zoom, because if there was too much zoom, then you'd have trouble using it in closer environments. You know what I mean? So it was also very clear. There were no scratches or dirt or debris on the lens when I got it. I have to applaud Classic Army for that. So the scope is very nice. It also has two little nuts here, or knobs, whatever the hell you want to call them, and you can adjust the scope, zero it properly, all that junk. Another thing I have to say about the rifle, besides being accurate and having a nice scope, is it's very balanced, the weight of it. All the guts of the gun are back here, bullpup design, as I'm sure you already know. So when you move, the majority of the weight is in your shoulder. The only thing I will say about the balance of it is that because it's designed the way it's designed, your forearm here, this arm, it's reaching out quite far in front of you, so it's not tucked too close to your body. This arm probably will get tired, and this is a fairly hefty gun. It's about 7-point-something pounds, but I'll get into that later. Another pro would be it's very close to the real thing. Everything that's metal on the real gun is also metal on this gun. Basically anything that's black, which includes the scope, the barrel here, the sling mounts here, even these, that's all metal. Anything that's kind of that brownish green, that's plastic, which is just like the real thing. It is plastic, yes, but it's actually very, very sturdy. Like, it feels rock hard. There's no give to it whatsoever. There are some problems with build quality, though, but I will get into that later when I start the cons. Another good thing about this gun is it has a very intuitive fire control system. You may or may not know this, but the AUG does not have a typical trigger group, like safe, semi-auto. It just has this strange little safety selector, which basically, it's by the trigger. I don't know if you can see this, but you push it in, and you've got a red dot, which means that it's ready to fire. You push it the other way, and you'll get a white dot on the other side, which means it's safe. In order to fire semi-automatic, you squeeze the trigger about halfway, and to fire fully automatic, you'll hear it give a little bit, and it'll go fully auto. I thought I would hate it at first, I'm not going to lie. I almost didn't get this gun specifically because of that, but I decided to give it a shot, and I actually liked it. I found in the end I was intuitively just pressing the trigger the right amount for the amount of firepower I wanted. And over time you will get used to it, and it's great. I liked it. What else? It's also very comfortable to just move with it and reload. Like, because of the way it's laid out, you can easily tuck it very close to your body like this when you're not using it. Which I suppose is the same for any rifle, but I just found it incredibly easy to shoulder, tuck close to you when you're moving in and out of doors and stuff. Also, reloading is fairly easy. I've heard a lot of people bitch about how bullpups are hard to reload and there's tons of hand-over-hand work. Only if you're retarded, okay? Watch how easy this is. You have it shouldered, you're shooting, oh crap, I'm empty. Take the mag out with the same hand, get a new one, slot the new one in, That's it. I did all the reloading with one hand. I didn't need to do anything with my trigger hand. My trigger hand stayed where it was, ready to fire. But this gun is not all positive, and I'm pretty sure I forgot one or two pro, but let's start on the cons. First thing I'm going to say is build quality. This is Classic Army, so I knew to expect some hiccups, we'll just call them that. When I first got it, I noticed there was a lot of strange cracks. I could see seams or some scratches and buffs on the outside plastic part of the gun. Nothing too serious. I mean, just little scratches here and there. I really didn't care that much. I'm just saying I noticed it. It still feels very solid. It's just that if you're obsessed with every single last detail about your weapons, then I would stay away from this, because it does have some mass manufacturing defects when you get it sometimes. Some other cons. I'd have to say there's a lot of wobbling on this gun that makes me nervous. The foregrip, I don't know if you can see this, but in every position, when it's down halfway, all the way up, it does wobble a bit. Not much, and it's really nothing to worry about. Maybe like a centimeter back and forth, so it's not a huge deal, but it does wobble. Also, the cocking handle here, cocking lever, it does wobble quite a bit, which, by the way, if you pull all the way back and lock it, it reveals the hop-up inside the ejection port on a real gun. And it does work, the cocking lever thing here, but it does wobble a bit, and I'm not sure how much more abuse it would be able to take if I put any weight on it or anything, so it's just a little worrisome. Also, the standard magazines you get with the gun from Classic Army, I think this is it. No, sorry, that's the other one. The standard magazines, they don't fit properly, to say the least. I mean, I put the mag in and look at this. It wiggles at least an inch back and forth, maybe two. It is really not that secure, and I don't know. I just didn't like how much it wobbled. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine if you don't yank on it, but still. I bought one of those mass-manufactured Chinese piece of shit magazines, which is broken now, by the way, but it's still much more secure that you can hear that. Listen. It's just, it doesn't move at all. So I'll just continue on rambling now. This gun is also, this is miscellaneous stuff. This gun is also very easy to take apart. That's one thing I've definitely liked. If I needed to clean the inside of it or see what was wrong with it, anything like that. There's a small switch that looks kind of like the safety. You push it in, right here, what this hand is. You just push it in until you hear a slight click, and then gun comes apart in two major parts. Okay, so you can take this apart even more or put it back together just as easily. You just put it in the way you took it out, turn the parts are relatively snug, push the switch back, now it's locked. That's it. That's how you take apart the gun. Another thing, I think I talked about the scope, but if I didn't, the scope was also the scope is great. It's very clear. I think I said that already, though. The battery compartment is also very nice. It has a rubber padded stock here. It's very comfortable to put against your shoulder, and it's also very secure. You do have to have fingernails to get the battery in and out, though. I just will warn you, or have something sharp like a knife to pry it open the first couple times. But after a while, it just comes off really easy. So, sling mounts are nice. They're a good distance apart. I have a very short sling, and it's not a 3-point sling or anything. It's very simple, but I was still able to easily have it shouldered and hanging from my waist. Everything was very comfortable. So I'd say overall, the pros to this gun would be very high accuracy, a nice scope, very comfortable to shoot, and incredibly intuitive. But I will say that there are problems. The build quality is probably the biggest one, and I mean, it's Classic Army, it's made in Hong Kong. I know you probably expect it when you buy it. The other thing would be, I didn't mention this, but there are a few mechanical problems. I had some problems early on with motor height and a couple of feeding problems, but I bet that has to do with the fact that those are high caps. So overall, I liked it. It was a positive experience for me, and I will post more videos with more detailed reviews when it comes to its accuracy and that kind of thing later. But I guess that's it for now. I'm out.